Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the instant match reaction to Liverpool 3, Everton 1. Before I start, can I just say a big thank you to Ladbrokes who are backing the Ball Street Network. And it's quite a big deal because it's showing that they're putting their weight behind fan channels, which is obviously a growing thing. So a big thank you to Ladbrokes for that. On to the game. Been here many times before. No arguments really, absolutely no arguments. The better team won. I don't even think Liverpool played that well, but they didn't have to. They didn't have to, and that's I suppose, as an Evertonian, that's the biggest gripe that I will take from today. Ronald Koeman went with a 3-5-1-1 kind of formation. Matthew Pennington come into the starting 11. Mason Holgate played out on the right-hand side. And the reality is it just didn't really work. You know, Liverpool's big players, Phil Coutinho, who I don't watch a lot of Liverpool, but I believe hasn't really hit the heights since coming back from that injury. Hit the heights today. He was very, very good for Liverpool today, and he proved that on his day he's a top player. And him and Mane are the two that you looked to and thought, these are the real dangers. They took us apart, really. The first goal, a poor goal from our point of view, a good goal from their point of view. Mane picks the ball up, runs across our box. Pennington doesn't know where he's running because he runs into, I think he even knocks Jagielka over, trying to get out. Ashley Williams, though, has got to do better for me. Got to do better. And Mane gets a shot through the legs of Pennington and into the bottom corner. And it was the thing that we said couldn't happen. We couldn't concede inside the first 10 minutes, and it was so ridiculous because it was Liverpool's first real attack and the 1-0 up, and you're hoping that, you know, a younger team. You have 5 players from the academy playing in Everton starting side today, starting 11, and 4 of them have played in the under-23s this season. So it shows you that it was a youthful team, you know, a young side. We'd lost some big players. Liverpool had lost Lallana and Henderson, and they're big players as well, but the damage to ours, you know, meant that we were patching people up. We got back in the game. Corner routine. Jags flicked it on, and Matthew Pennington, what a way to celebrate your first derby, smashing a goal in at the Kop. All us Evertonians, you know, you dream about that kind of thing, don't you? He rattled the ball into the net. And then you're thinking, right, keep your shape now for 5 or 10 minutes. Keep it at 1-1, and let's feel our way into this game. And Liverpool score 3 minutes later, and it's Coutinho, who'd already been on a run and cut inside on his favourite foot and whipped it, and Joel makes a save. So you want your defender to show him on his left foot, show him on the outside, block off his run back onto his right foot, and we don't. He runs up, Garner goes to ground, and he shouldn't do, he should just keep up with him. He comes back, and Pennington allows him to turn back inside, and he whips it. It was a brilliant goal into the far corner to restore Liverpool's lead. And I think when that went in, you're kind of looking and thinking, nah, we've been here too many times. We're not coming back from this. Because we just offered very little. You know, Ross Barkley, he could have quite easily seen red. You know, he gets booked. Though I think the first one on Chan on the halfway line is they both go for the ball. It could have been a booking, but I understand why the referee didn't book him. The second one was naughty. It's poor control, really. He's in control of the ball. We're on the attack, and it's a heavy touch, and his studs up, and you know, and he could have quite easily been red carded there because it was a studs up tackle, and he didn't get going until the second half, Ross, and that was where Everton kind of fell away. Romelu Lukaku, who talks about being an elite striker, he's got to do more. He was anonymous for the whole game. He was absolutely anonymous, and yes, we didn't give him any of the ball, but he's got to do more. Surely he's got to do more. So I don't want to hear Evertonians having a go at Ross Barkley for not turning up when and just giving Lukaku a free pass, because Ross done 2 or 3 times, you know, as much as what Romelu Lukaku did today. And that, for me, it was where we lost it. Liverpool's best 2 attackers, Coutinho and Mane, put us under pressure at times. Lukaku didn't put them under a single bit of pressure. He's had, I think it's the 3rd game, I've seen a stat at the end, it's the 3rd time this season he's finished the game with no shots in the game. The other one was Chelsea, and I think Manchester United at home, and now Liverpool. They're 3 massive games, and he hasn't had a single shot on goal, and that to me isn't good enough. If you give him chances, he will take them, but he's got to do more in these games. He's got to knock people about. He's let Lovren, who a lot of Reds don't even think that good. You know, he's a decent defender. He's let him and Matip just boss him all day long. But, you know, that's it. We get into the second half. Thought Everton came out a little bit brighter in the second half. We have a chance, half chance at... Well, we had 2 chances, really. We have the first one's Ashley Williams. He's got to do better. He's on his own off a Barkley free kick, and he should score. And that should go 2-2. And we have a similar thing again a few minutes later. Barkley again, the ball in. And Holgate... Barkley goes on a run and lays it to Holgate. And Rom's squaring it. Holgate plays it across. It gets blocked. If that gets across, Rom makes it 2-2. And then within a minute, Liverpool break, and Origi just come on for Mane, who'd fallen awkwardly and looks like he's done something to his ankle ligaments maybe. Origi is on the pitch now, and Liverpool, Coutinho skips past 2 and just threads a ball through the middle of our defence, but the gap is ridiculous. I don't know what Pennington was doing, where he was going. I don't know where Ashley Williams was going, who ran such tight to Pennington, and there was a massive gap, and Jags had 2 men. And Origi just gets it out of his feet and hits it. And I think, I just said this to Ped, and I said it at the time. Ped messaged me and I'd said it at the time. It looks like, you know, when you're playing FIFA or Pro Evo and you have triangle, your hand on triangle, and the goalie runs up but doesn't dive. That's what Joel done. Origi hits a shot straight down the middle of the goal. Any normal keeper would have just gone, thank you, because it wasn't, he hasn't lashed in the top corner. And Joel's trying to second guess him, leaning as if he's going to whip it. And it goes in the centre of the goal. And he can't be doing that. It's embarrassing goalkeeping. You know, when he made a couple of mistakes at Spurs when we lost a few weeks ago. And I let him off with that because he's been very, very good for us. But today, not having that third goal, not in the slightest. It was really embarrassing. And that was it. Liverpool were done and dusted. Then they just kept us at arm's length. It was quite comfortable for them. Popped it off. Joel pulls off a Hollywood-type save from Trent Arnold, which was going wide, and Liverpool just messed with us. We had a Barkley shot that deflected. Mignolet, as usual, has a good game against us, makes the save, and then he makes an unbelievable stop from Mason Holgate, which took a big deflection. He's on the floor and somehow saves it, which, again, any Reds who give it the big one about he's not very good. And yeah, all right. Every time I see him against Everton, every time he has a worldie. But no, like I said, right at the top of the video, I've got no qualms at all about the scoreline. Liverpool are a better side. They fully deserve to win. From our point of view, I look at it and think we weren't going to finish 4th. Yeah, this run goes on and we'll rumble on at Anfield. I'm at the stage now where you just look and go, we're never going to win there, ever, ever, ever. So, you know, it's one of them. But I think for Ronald Koeman, he will look at that and I think he'll have learned more. If Everton would have hung on and drawn 2-2, say, I think he's learnt a lot more today about his players, about how much they bottle it. Because when I watch Everton week in, week out, the only 2 times I don't recognise Everton is Liverpool home and away. And it's not because Liverpool are like Barcelona and we just can't compete with them and all that. We just bottle it. There's no other excuse. There's no other reason for it that we don't look like a football side. And yeah, when you watch them against Chelsea, who are obviously a better side than Liverpool, or teams near the, cities and your Tottenham, we look like a football side. We play Liverpool, our bottle's just gone immediately, particularly at Anfield. We just look a shadow of a team, and that's something Ronald Koeman's got to address very quickly. Need some big players. It's shown us today we're probably 5 players short of being a team that could go to Anfield and ask real questions of them. And it needs to be 5 players who don't have, when you look on like Championship managing, you've got ratings, don't have the shithouse rating very high. So that's for Steve Walsh to look at. If it's between 1 and 8, Steve, that's fine. If it's shithouse levels, 15, 16, swerve them. I don't care how good they are. But that was it. Another Anfield derby, another defeat. Get a bit of stick in work, but they got stick if we'd have won, because that's what they like to do. All you Reds who are watching, thanks very much. Paul Middleman, cheers, mate. I know you watch this, maybe dancing in the streets, but no, like I said before, plenty of work to do for us. We've got to now make sure that we finish where we are, no lower than where we are now, and get that Europa League sorted, and then the hard work begins in the summer. But another very, very disappointing afternoon at Anfield. What can you do? Check out Ped's video. I'm quite sure he's having a rant. I'll do some player ratings. Won't take me very long, trust me. I've been Baz. See you soon on Toffee TV.